like the TSA timers?
Yeah. He doesn't have everybody's walking in.
Yeah. First, they get 50 that about that. You got a runner, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Nick will run and you'll close. Hang out here, okay? Make sure I get this back because I have to mark everybody's name and show that color. Otherwise, they charge me money. Mike! How are you doing on time? Oh, wow, okay, there you go. You're so sweet. Thank you. Thanks. You're a good guy. Hey, Mike. I know you.
Okay, so all these guys are here. Well, then if they're all here, don't worry about it.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of KSHSAA Association, we have the pleasure of we'd like to welcome you to the 2012 KSHSAA World State Saloon Diving Championship. Annually, KSHSAA Association presents the award for the individual recognition of outstanding contributions to education in the state of Kansas. We are pleased to announce Greg House has been selected exclusively as a recipient of the prestigious honor in 2012. Presenting the award for Mr. House of Mr. Darius Lewis, Executive Director, and Mr. David Sherry, Assistant Executive Director of the Kansas State High School Athletic Association. Exemplary teaching coaching career.
Hello, welcome. This is Todd Harvey again, broadcasting from the state championships of the Kansas Girls High School 2012 Swimming and Diving Championships. In front of us, you can see there's going to be an award presented right now. Annually, the Kansas State High School Activities Association presents an award known as the Governor's Award to an individual in recognition of their outstanding contributions in the field of secondary education in the state of Kansas. We are pleased to announce Greg House has been selected posthumously as the recipient of this prestigious honor in 2012. Presenting the award to Mr. House's wife, Deb, is Mr. Gary Musselman, Executive Director, and Mr. David Cherry, Assistant Executive Director of the Kansas State High School Activities Association. Greg House's exemplary teaching and coaching career in the Blue Valley School District in Overland Park spanned 30 years. Hired in 1983, he taught psychology, social studies, and pre-law classes at 4 of the district's high schools during his tenure. A native Kansan, House graduated from Argentine High School in Kansas City, Kansas, and Emporia State's Teacher College. House was highly respected by students and his professional colleagues for his passion and commitment in helping others pursue excellence. He pioneered many innovative teaching and coaching techniques and led his boys and girls swimming and diving teams to an unprecedented 20 KSHSAA state championships combined in his 30-year career. As an assistant coach, he was also instrumental in helping Blue Valley High School attain multiple state football championships. An inspirational teacher and professional peer, House is described by former students and colleagues as a man who was caring, who listened, who held high expectations of himself and others, and who worked hard to bring out the best in others. It is widely agreed people were better for having known Coach House. There's his wife, Deb, accepting that award. And welcome again to the finals of the state championships here in Kansas, 1A through 5A, girls swimming. As we go today, we're going to be scoring points for our team championships. And, of course, individuals are trying to attain maybe a state championship for themselves as well. As we get going here, we're going to have the national anthem coming up, and then we'll get straight into the action of our 200 medley relay. Great day of action yesterday in our preliminaries. A lot of great swimming from these athletes. And as we move forward here, I want to talk about the point system today. In individual events, if you are in the top 8, which is the finals, first place will get 20 points, second is 17, third 16, fourth 15, fifth 14, 6th 13, 7th 12, and 11 points if you're 8th place. If you're 9 through 16, 9th place gets 9 points, 10th gets 7, 11 gets 6, 12 gets 5, 13 gets 4, 14 gets 3, 15 gets 2, all the way down to 1 point for 16th place. And relays will be double. We have Douglas Caper singing the national anthem at this time. What a great rendition of the national anthem by Douglas Caper there. And as a coach, what a great time for your athletes to be behind the block right now. You can see them kind of shaking their legs, really getting pumped up. If that's not the most inspirational pump-up song that there is for athletes going into a state championship, I don't know what can get you excited then. As you go through today, we'll have a B final and an A final. In the B final will be your seeds 9 through 16. In your A final, that will be your championship final, and you'll have your top seeds 1 through 8. So today you are locked into that placing either 9 through 16 or 1 through 8. You can't fall out of the top 8 if you qualified into the top 8 yesterday, and you cannot drop out of the top 16 if you qualified in the top 16, nor can you move up into the top 8. In our B final today, our consolation final, lane 1 is going to be Independence, lane 2 Andover Central, lane 3 is Paola, lane 4 is McPherson, lane 5 is Wichita the Independent School, lane 6 is Winfield, lane 7 is Salina Central, and lane 8 is Topeka Hayden. This is event 1, 200-yard medley relay, meet record set in 2004 by Trinity Academy at 1:48:49. Nice clean start by your athletes there. And what we're looking for is these backstrokers to really get your squad out. This is that medley relay. We talked about how this can really influence your day with a great swim, a great start, letting the athletes know that you're ready to come back on day 2 and you're feeling good, feeling strong. You see lane 5 right there, Wichita, the Independent School, getting out to a great start. Nice relay exchange there. Good quick legs from that breaststroker. It looks like we have a clean start from the field as well, which is great. We don't want to see any disqualifications today within the state championships. The breaststroke here, you're hoping that your breaststroke can maybe catch up a little bit or extend the lead that there quite possibly has been. In order to make our consolation final from yesterday, you had to go a time of 2:06:30 is what you had to post. So we'll see how these teams can go today, see if they come back and improve their times a little bit. A little bit of a glide there on the wall, but nice exchange by the butterfly, kind of holding up there, not false starting. Down in lane 2 and 3, looks like we have a nice race between Andover Central and Paola, as long as out there in 7 and 8, Salina Central and Topeka Hayden. So your top seed for this heat would be in lane 4. That's your 9th seed. Your 10th seed will always be in lane 5. Your 11th is always going to be in lane 3. 12th is always going to be in lane 6, 13 in lane 2, 14 in lane 7, 15 in lane 1, and 16th seed will be in lane 8. So hopefully some of these teams look like they're trying to move up today in the placings, as we have Wichita, the Independent School, your 10th seed going into this consolation final. Looks like they're going to run away with this heat coming off that wall. Look at those legs. Oh, here comes McPherson trying to make a race of it. Also out there in lane 6, Winfield trying to catch up. We got 5 yards left. And it's going to be Wichita, the Independent School, at 2:03:58. A little bit quicker than what they went yesterday. So a nice swim from Wichita, the Independent School, showing today that they came and are ready to compete in this state championships. Like I said, you want to make sure you get out there and start your day off right. Remember, these girls were here yesterday morning at 10 a.m. swimming in the preliminaries. Did not finish until roughly sometime about 12:30 or 12:45. Now we're going to have your championship final of the 200 medley relay. Lane 1 is going to be Emporia. Lane 2 is Newton. Lane 3, Stillwell Blue Valley. Lane 4, Lawrence Seabury Academy. Lane 5 is Andover. Lane 6 is Wichita Bishop Carroll. Lane 7, Overland Park Blue Valley Southwest. And Lane 8, Lenexa St. James Academy. In order to go ahead and qualify for our final here, championship final, had to go a time of 2:00:19. So we'll see what happens here with these athletes. Notice some of the backstroke start positions. We have some heads back, we have some heads up. But the key here is they're trying to explode backward and arch their back. Lane 2 and 3 3 and 4 using their underwater stroke nicely right here. And as we go, within this championship final, Emporia, Newton, Blue Valley, and Blue Valley Southwest might be vying for some team championships here, as they have 3 relays in the championship finals today. And out first right there in 28:16, looks like, or 27:80, lane 4, Lawrence Seabury Academy. Had a nice clean relay exchange too, was very quick off that block, and you can see just how much a good relay start can help you out and propel your swimmer forward. Look at the lead that she's already kind of creating here for her team. Look at that forward lunge, throwing her hands forward. You see the towels on the blocks. We chatted about that a little bit in the preliminaries. Some of these swimmers thinking the blocks are a little bit slippery, so they put those towels up there for a little bit extra traction. Nice race here in the field. Looks like it could come down right here in the turns. We'll see if lane 3 and lane 5, Stillwell Blue Valley or Andover, can catch up to Lawrence Seabury Academy. Lane 6 trying to come into the picture here, Wichita Bishop Carroll. This is going to be the final league, the freestyle leg. Good clean exchanges right there. Looks like lane 2 has made their way into this final. Newton trying to make an appearance here, trying to run up and move up in placing. Looks like it's going to be Lawrence Seabury Academy, though, bringing it home here with about 20 yards to go. Can you hear the crowd? They are going absolutely crazy right now. Good finish, extending their lead, 1:53.19. Lawrence Seabury Academy dropping 2 more seconds from their time yesterday. 1:53.19, and your state champions, Lawrence Seabury Academy, in the 2012 Medley Relay of the Girls State High School Championships. Lane 5 is going to be in second there, Andover, 1:55.40. And lane 3 was going to be third, 1:56.59. So your top 3 seeds remain the same. 200 freestyle is going to be our next event. This is going to be our B, our consolation final. So here's your seeds 9 through 16. Lane 1, Hannah McDonald, a junior from Overland Park, St. Thomas Aquinas. Lane 2 is going to be Marissa Tomlins, a junior from Salina South. Lane 3, Hannah Robbins, a junior from Newton. In lane 4, Jacqueline Leonard, a freshman out of Overland Park, Blue Valley Southwest. So freshman making her presence here. Lane 5 is going to be Anna Rassett, junior, Stillwell Blue Valley. And lane 6, Anna Jenkins, a senior from Overland Park, St. Thomas Aquinas. She's got to be pretty excited right now, as her relay team just a second ago going ahead and had a nice swim in that last heat. In lane 7, Ellen Selba, senior, Stillwell Blue Valley. And in lane 8, Megan Richards, a junior from Stillwell Blue Valley. So 2 teammates here in 7 and 8. Nice clean start from all of our swimmers. National Federation High School rules state that you cannot lean forward or move backwards during the start. So you have to come down and remain steady. So we'll be watching that throughout today. Want to make sure there's no noise from the crowd or any flashes or anything that these swimmers might take off on. This is a 200 freestyle right here. This is a sprint event. This is not considered a distance event by any means, seeing that it's only 8 lengths of the pool. What you want to see is these girls getting out nice and strong in that first 100, not using up too much of their energy, but of course having enough to come home on that 3rd and 4th 50. As a coach, I like to look at the 100 and say you need to be long and strong, and of course from there on, the 3rd 50, we want to go ahead and hit that 3rd 50 hard, and then bring it home on heart and guts on that 4th 50. Right here coming into this turn, we have lanes 2 and 3 battling it out right here. Marissa Tomlins and Hannah Robinson going ahead and trying to control this heat from the start. We'll see what happens. About 75 yards left to go here as they come into the wall. Lane 5 going ahead and creeping up here. You can see her tempo is turning over a little bit. Anna Rassett of Stillwell Blue Valley turning over her tempo a little bit on this 3rd 50. And of course now you can see the field bunching up just a little bit here. Looks like we're going to have quite the turn right here of lanes 3, 4, and 5, all turning roughly at the same time. Coming into this final 50, this is where that crowd really needs to back them up and get behind them so that they can get those goosebumps. And, of course, lane 4, your top seed in this heat, Jacqueline Leonard, the freshman, bringing it home here on the 4th 50. Over there in lane 7, Ellen Selba, a senior from Stillwell Blue Valley, trying to move up in her quest here in this consolation final, which would be great points for her team. And sure enough, it is 2:07:39. Lane 4, Jacqueline Leonard, the freshman from Overland Park, Blue Valley Southwest, taking that heat. That is a tremendous swim, of course, scoring 9 points for her team there. And over in lane 7, her teammate moving up to 4th place. In 2nd place, we had lane 5, Anna Rassett, out of Stillwell Blue Valley. And at this time, I've been told that we are going to be doing awards for the 200 medley relay, although I do see some swimmers out there behind the block getting ready for this A final. They would know that we'd be doing award presentations. So I'll have to see if I can get some confirmation on that from some officials here to see if we're starting the medal presentation or if we are going ahead and running the 200 freestyle. Looks like we are doing medals. So I will go ahead and read off the top 16 places for you.
In 7th place, Lenexa St. James Academy.
I don't have those results in front of me yet. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I have those results before I go ahead and read them out to you.
In 6th place,
Let me go ahead and get those. Okay, perfect. Here we go. Thank you for that. Now we have in 16th place, we'll go ahead, since we're on the medal ceremony, go ahead and start with the top 8. In 8th place, you had Emporia. 7th place was Lenexa St. James Academy. 6th place was Wichita Bishop Carroll. 5th place was going to be Overland Park Blue Valley Southwest. 4th place, we had Newton. A lot of happy faces up there. See a lot of smiles coming from those girls. 3rd place was Stillwell Blue Valley. Had quite a few of their swimmers already today within the medley relay and 200-yard freestyle there. Your 2nd place team is going to be Andover. And your 2012 state champions, 1A to 5A girls, Lawrence Seabury Academy, with a time of 1:53.19, dominating that heat. Congratulations to all of our athletes here, opening up the meet with some great swims and some exciting swims for us. So as we were talking about a little bit earlier, that's Lawrence Seabury Academy taking 40 points there as relays are double. That could really help them out. That's a great start to your day with scoring points towards this team championship, or trying to place a little bit better than maybe last year. Of course, relays aren't the only way we score points. We do score points, like we said, through 16th place. So relays are nice to get that double point value, but you need to make sure you have swimmers spread out through those finals and consolation heats, bringing in some points as well. We have the championship final here of the 200-yard freestyle. Lane 1, Martina Shorts, junior from Salina South. Lane 2, Brittany Stewart, sophomore, Cherokee Southeast. Lane 3, Meg Plank, freshman from Andover. Lane 4, Kate Wickham, junior from Wichita, the independent school. She's also going to be your third seed in the 500 a little bit later. Lane 5, Sarah Schmidt, senior from Newton. Kayla Ropeson's in lane 6. She's a senior from Overland Park, St. Thomas Aquinas. Lane 7, Beth Houghton. She's going to be a senior from Stillwell Blue Valley. And, of course, lane 8, Sarah Sliffler, senior from Newton. So we have 3 girls here. Kate Wickham, Kayla Robeson, and Sarah Sliffler going to be in the 500 a little bit later. Meg Plank's going to be in that 100 fly finals as well. Good clean start. Looking for a quick start in the 200. You don't want to fall behind as you need to get out strong as we stated here. Looks like you want to go into the turns and use your underwater kicking within this event. We're a little bit quicker underwater. We have less resistance with our body. We don't want to plow through the water. Look for their arms here. Looks like lane 5 has a little bit higher turnover than lane 4. We'll see how that fares out here within the rest of the race. We want to make sure we're nice and calm and controlled within that first 100. But sometimes getting out aggressive is going to help you. It kind of depends on the athlete, kind of depends on maybe how she slept last night, how well her coach brought back her emotional and mental, filled her tank today with that. We'll talk about that a little bit later, just how draining the preliminaries were yesterday, not only physically, but mentally for these athletes. Lane 5 turning at 57.02. That's a good out right there. In order to qualify for our finals yesterday, you had to go at 2:06.47. We do have a meet record of 1:48.33 in this, set in 2011, 1 year ago. Coming up to this third 50 here, you can see that lanes 4, Kate Wickham, Sarah Schmidt in 5, and Kayla Robeson in 6. Right there, all with each other. And a good turn right there. That's a great last 10 yards right there in that third 50, extending her lead a little bit. You can see Kayla over there in lane 6 trying to make this a two-way battle here coming home on the last 25. Great turn by Kate Wickham there, though, really extending her legs off that wall and using it to her advantage. Looks like Kate Wickham is going to be your 2012 state champion here with 5 yards left. Now we have lane 3 trying to come in maybe for that second place finish. It's going to be a great finish here between 3 and 6, and lane 6 at 2:00.18 is going to be your second place finisher. Of course, Kate Wickham, junior out of Wichita, the independent school, is your state champion. We had a freshman over there in lane 3. Finished third in that event, Meg Plank out of Andover. What a great swim for her. Event 3, girls 200-yard IM. We're going to swim one length, 2 laps of the pool here, 150 each of butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle. In lane 1, we're going to have Casey Chambers, a senior from Andover Central. Lane 2 is going to be Maddie McCaffrey, a junior from Lawrence Seabury Academy. Lane 3 is going to be Aaron Duncan, a senior from St. Paul. Lane 4 is going to be Claire Alexander, a senior from Topeka Hayden. Lane 5, Hannah McGowan, a freshman from Techsmish Shawnee Heights. Lane 5, Marissa Meyer, junior from Wichita, Copon, Mount Carmel. And in lane 7, Kimberly Meter, senior from Topeka Seaman, and her teammate Heather Gandy, a freshman from Topeka Seaman's in lane 8. So we have 2 freshmen here in this heat of the Constellation Finals. Again, your 9th seed is going to be Claire Alexander in lane 4. See that they get the crowd nice and quiet here on the start. You don't want to have an unfair advantage for anybody. Nice, clean start by the field. Look at that underwater dolphin kick right there. Some of them using the underwater just a little bit longer than the others. That means they feel a little bit more confident in their ability to hold their breath. They feel a little bit more confident in their ability to use their hips to generate power underwater, where some of our swimmers, they like to come up a little bit quicker and start using that arm to get out in front and catch the water and drag themselves forward. Looks like we're going to have lane 2 out here leading the event in 29.84. It's Maddie McCaffrey, junior out of Lawrence Seabury, putting her mark on this event here in this heat. In the backstroke, we're looking for nice straight bodies. We want to rotate our shoulders, dig deep in that water, finish back by our thighs. As they roll here, we should see their legs kicking. Good turnover and tempo with the arms. Looks like we have lane 6 making a move here on the backstroke. Marissa Meyer making that turn from back to breast. Right here you're going to see those open turns right there. They kind of lean towards their side as they hit that wall. Twist those hips to the wall and push off. This is the breaststroke right here. Kind of like the 200 freestyle where you want to make your move possibly. Looks like these two girls are going to battle it out. Looks like they have the same stroke right here. Same technique roughly. Same tempo. Notice they do get one dolphin kick on that breaststroke underwater pullout, which is a nice add. Helps you kind of get a little bit more momentum as you pop up and break out of that water. Notice their hands shooting forward right here. This is going to be the freestyle right here. This is going to be a race. Lane 4, Claire Alexander, and lane 5, Hannah McGowan, going to race it out here in this final 50 yards of our 200 IM. Lane 6 over there, Marissa Meyer having a good swim, and lane 2, Maddie McCaffrey, bringing it on a little bit as well here. Here it comes, coming down to the wire here. Look at those legs, look at that aggression, turn it over, but what we like to notice here is they're still staying long, and it's going to come down to that finish. Who gets into the wall? And it's going to be lane 5, Hannah McGowan, the freshman from Shawnee Heights, taking the 9th place finish here, 2:16.77. Followed by Claire Alexander at 2:17 flat. So just a little bit over 0.2 of a second there separating our first and second individual. Lane 2 ended up 3rd over there. Maddie McCaffrey moving up significantly for her team, Lawrence Seabury Academy. And now we'll have our awards ceremony for the 200-yard freestyle. 16th place, Megan Richards, a junior from Stillwell Blue Valley, 2:13.56. 15th, Hannah McDonald, junior, Overland Park St. Thomas Aquinas, 2:12.72. 14th, Anna Jenkins, senior, Overland Park St. Thomas Aquinas, 2:10.20. 13th is going to be Hannah Robinson, junior from Newton, 2:10.17. 12th place, Marissa Tomlins, junior from Salina South, 2:10.81. Ellen Selva is going to be 11th, 2:09.53, senior from Stillwell Blue Valley. 10th, Anna Rassett, junior, Stillwell Blue Valley, 2:08.69. And Jacqueline Leonard, the freshman from Overland Park Blue Valley Southwest, taking that heat in 2:07.39. Your championship final, top 8 finalists will be coming to the starting blocks here, or to the awards blocks here, I should say. Takes them a minute to walk down. Sometimes coaches use this as a little tactic to slow it down. They tell their swimmer to slow it down and walk over there slower, so maybe they give a little rest to these girls in the 200 IM final. 8th place is Sarah Sliffer, senior from Newton, 2:04.80. 7th place is going to be Sarah Schmidt, a senior from Newton, 2:04.04. In 6th place, you have Martina Shorts, junior from Salina South, 2:03.42. 5th place, Brittany Stewart, sophomore, Cherokee Southeast, 2:02.36. Fourth place, we're going to have Beth Houghton, senior from Stillwell Blue Valley, 2:01.81. In third place, we're going to have Meg Plank, a freshman out of Andover, 2:00:67. In second place, we have Kayla Ropeson, senior, Overland Park, St. Thomas Aquatics, 2:00:18. Your 2012 200-yard freestyle state champion, Kate Wickham, Junior, Wichita, the independent school, with a time of 1:58:48. Still wearing her goggles on her head there. Looks like she probably just got out of the warm-down pool. Nice long warm-down after that. Getting ready for her 500 free a little bit later, would be my guess. As we move on here, we're going to have the championship of the 200-yard IM. Again, the state record here is 2:00:28, set way back in 2004. Lane 1 is going to be Emily Knock, a junior from Trinity Academy. She's a breaststroker a little bit later here, so we're going to watch out for that in this leg. Augusta Gary's in lane 2, a freshman from St. James Academy. She's going to be a butterflyer, so we'll watch for her on the first part of this. Brooke Britton in lane 3, senior from Wichita Independent. She's your third seed in the backstroke a little bit later, so watch for her on the second leg. Betty Fear, senior from Newton, is your top seed. She's number 1 seed a little bit later in the breaststroke, so we'll watch for her on that third leg as well. Lane 5, Anna Rasmussen, Blue Valley Southwest Junior, your top seed in the backstroke a little bit later. Lane 6, Reese Edwards, senior, Seabury Academy, also a backstroker. 7, Katya Vachkin, backstroker as well. She's a sophomore from Blue Valley. And in lane 8, Katrina Gerbrand, junior from Newton. She's going to be a backstroker as well. So some of these girls are the all-around swimmers, being able to participate here in all 4 of these individual events. They're kind of your utility swimmers, and they have their strength, and some of them are swimming them a little bit later, which sometimes can help them out in the IM here, like a butterfly, or getting out a little bit stronger maybe than maybe a non-flyer, or someone maybe using their backstroke to their advantage or breaststroke. Of course, you see your top seed here, Betty Fear, getting out quick in the fly, 26:94. Real solid athlete right there. Now in the backstroke here, you can see lane 5, your top seed in the backstroke later, Anna Rasmussen, using this to her advantage to catch up a little bit there, right on the turn, turning at the same time. And of course, over in lane 3, you'll see your third seed in the backstroke a little bit later. Again, using that strength to the best of her ability coming up here. Looks like she might even turn first at this wall going into the breaststroke. Remember, lane 4, top seed in the breaststroke a little bit later here. So let's see what happens in this as these 3 girls, lanes 3, 4, and 5, Brooke, Betty, and Anna, turn together at that wall in the backstroke. See a little bit higher tempo there from lane 4. She's taking probably 1.5 strokes compared to maybe 1 stroke of the kids next to her in lanes 3 and 5. So a little bit quicker with the hands shooting forward. Maybe a little bit stronger on the whip kick with her legs, trying to kick all the way together. Breaststroke, you want to make sure your hips stay up. You don't want to drag them. That will create some resistance within the water, kind of like a snowplow effect. And then sure enough, Betty turning first here, 1:37.80 at that wall. With lane 5 right there, Anna Rasmussen right there. And of course, lane 3, look at that kick. We have Brooke Britton coming back here and fighting through this. This is that 200, the last lap. This is that same kind of strategy as the 200 freestyle. You got to bring it home a little hearts and gut. Looks like we have lane 3 going to challenge lane 5 here possibly. But Betty Fear comes in at 2:08.62 to be your state champion. Right there, 2:12.13 was Anna Rasmussen, and fouled in third place, 2:12.83. Brooke Britton. Nice swims right there. We did have a freshman over in lane 2, finishing 6th in this event. So the freshmen are really making some names for themselves during this first half of our championship meet up to this point in time. Congratulations to all our swimmers here. They look pretty excited right there in the pool, talking to each other like they just kind of hanging out, having a good old time here. Must be exciting. You can hear the kids screaming in the background. They're excited and Smiles on their faces as they go out and compete to the best of their ability. Moving on to the 50 free now. Event 4. Meet record set in 1998. 23:77 is that time. So we go from one of our longer sprint events to our shortest sprint event. 2 laps of the pool. Lane 1 is going to be Reagan Hatzert, a freshman from Emporia. Lane 2, Katie Kirkpatrick, a junior, Overland Park, Blue Valley Southwest. Holly Hansen's going to be in lane 3, freshman from St. Thomas Aquinas. Kaylee Farmer's going to be in lane 4, junior from Paola. Anna Hildenbrand's going to be in lane 5, sophomore from Great Bend. Cassidy A. Glasner is going to be a senior from McPherson, and she's in 6. Erin Rambo's in 7, freshman from Stillwell, Blue Valley. And Julia Hiltz is in 8, senior, Andover. This is where the start's going to be ever so important. You can come back from a slow start possibly in one of our other events. But in the, you can see that we had some swimmers come down a little bit slow there. And the starter felt that was going to be an unfair advantage, as some of them came down a little bit quicker. They might be held too long. And when there's movement, they can say stand up. Remember, these athletes are trained to go on that first noise, so they heard that stand up and they reacted, and that's why they kind of had to jump in, losing their balance. Not a big deal, though, because the starter had said stand up. Again, the start is going to be very crucial in this event. You can see lane 3, Holly Hansen had an excellent start, popping up first and getting into her rhythm of her high tempo. Right here, we want to see a real lack of breathing. We want to see them holding their breath. Looks like lane 2 could come out. Lane 2 and 3 going to battle it out. Who's going to get to the wall? Looks like lane 3, 26:37, followed by lane 5 at 26:45. Lane 2, 26:48. You can see separated by 3/100ths of a second there between second and third place of just how crucial a start or a turn or a finish might be within the 50-yard freestyle. Great swims from all of our girls right there in that consolation heat. Some of them moving up and scoring crucial points for their team. So now we're talking the awards for the 200-yard IM here. You can see our pattern, how we kind of rotate in and out here. Heather Gandy was 16th, a freshman from Topeka Seaman, 2:31.07. Casey Chambers was 15th, a senior from Andover Central, 2:30.05. Kimberly Meter was a senior from Topeka Seaman, 2:29.33. Aaron Duncan, senior from St. Paul, 2:28.92. Marissa Meyer was in 12th place, a junior out of Wichita upon Mount Carmel, 2:25.91. Maddie McCaffrey, a junior from Lawrence Seabury Academy, was 2:25.54. And in 10th, Claire Alexander, senior from Topeka Hayden, 2:17 flat. Hannah McGowan was 9th, freshman, Texas Shawnee Heights, 2:16.77. In 8th place, we see Katrina Gerben, a junior from Newton, at 2:18.83, receiving her award right there. In 7th place, we're going to have Katya Vatskin, a sophomore from Stillwell, Blue Valley, 2:16.01. There she is. 6th place, we have Augusta Garys, freshman from Lenexa St. James Academy, 2:15.99. Emily Knock, junior from Wichita Trinity Academy, at 2:15.69 is your 5th place award winner. 4th place, Reese R. Edwards, senior from Lawrence Seabury Academy, at 2:14.93. Waiting for our 4th place competitor to come up there. Maybe she's warming down, getting ready for another event. Quite possibly happens from time to time. In 3rd place, we're going to have Brooke Britton, senior from Wichita, the independent school, went 2:12.83. Anna Rasmussen was in 2nd place, a junior, Blue Valley Southwest, at 2:12.13. Betty Fear is going to be your 2012 state champion in this 200-yard IM with a time of 2:08.62. You can see her coach there ready to give her a nice big hug. That's a nice perk of being able to hand out a state championship medal. I always like to use that time when I'm handing out a medal to a kid to talk to them and chat with them to kind of bring them back down and let them realize that they've got more swims, because there's your top seed in the 100-yard breaststroke a little bit later. And I'm going to assume she's such a good athlete, she's swimming on 2 of the relays as well. There's your top 8 in the 2012 200-yard IM. Moving right along now. Championship final of the 50-yard freestyle. Again, a crucial event with the start. Lane 1 is going to be Elizabeth Paget, sophomore from Lawrence Seabury Academy. Lane 2, Laura Dickus, freshman, Topeka West, 25.70 she went yesterday. Chelsea Kilgore is going to be lane 3, junior, Wichita Trinity Academy. Your top seed, Audrey Hansen, senior from Andover. Megan Becker is going to be in lane 5, a junior from Blue Valley Southwest. Lane 6, Christina Entz, senior from Newton. Lane 7, Lauren Turner, freshman from Winfield. And lane 8, Virginia Bono, junior, St. Thomas Aquinas. Again, a couple freshmen in this field. See, only one athlete elected to use the towel here. The rest of them feeling pretty comfortable with these blocks. Notice we have some swimmers starting both feet up at the front. Some start in a track position. We'll see some lean back. Some put their weight forward. And it all depends on your athlete and what they feel is the most comfortable for them. Again, we want to see not a lot of breathing here. We talked about maybe going 1 breath down, 2 breaths back. I saw 3 breaths right there from an athlete out there. Coach might be going a little bit crazy on the sideline. Look at this race. They're going to be coming down the last 5 yards, an important time. Your lactate starts to build up. We do have lane 4, Audrey Hansen, 24.73, taking this championship final. Lane 2, second place, going to be lane 6, Christina Entz, a senior from Newton, over there, a little smoke on the outside. And, of course, your third place finisher, lane 3, 24.91, Chelsea Kilgore. There's going to be a 15-minute warm-up now where they normally would have diving. And we'll be back on the air in about 15 minutes. That'll be just right about 11:25 or so. Here's our little break for diving, which was completed yesterday. So I do have the top 8 finishers in the diving from the 5 1A Girls State Swimming and Diving Championships. These were awarded yesterday. In 8th place, Gabby McNeely, a junior from Emporia. 7th place was Caitlin Bridges, a junior from Stillwell Blue Valley. 6th place, Reagan Bellavere, junior, St. Thomas Aquinas. Annie Wilcoxon was 5th, senior, Stillwell Blue Valley. Abby Davies, senior, Emporia, was 4th. Ashley Wheeler was 3rd, a senior from Emporia. And in 2nd place, Peyton Meyer, senior from Stillwell Blue Valley. And in lane 1, Courtney Heat, 1st place of diving, your state champion, a freshman from Lenexa St. James Academy, Courtney Gamble. Great job from that freshman. These team points are added, these diving points are added into the team standings. Up to this point, we have team scores. 1st place, Blue Valley. 2nd's Newton right now. See if I can't get those in my hand. Seabury Academy's 3rd. I flashed them across the scoreboard real quick. See if I can't get a copy of those for you and read those off and update you on those. 100-yard butterfly is going to be our 6th event of the day. 55.50 is your meet record from 2008. Lane 1 is going to be Gabby Bibby, freshman from Wichita, Bishop Carroll. Lane 2, Hannah McDonald, junior, St. Thomas Aquinas. Lane 3, Aaron Duncan, senior, St. Paul. Lane 4, Megan Outerkirk, senior, Salina South. Lane 5, Reagan Haskert, freshman from Emporia. Lane 6, Sarah Schultz, sophomore from Salina Central. And Lane 7, Stephanie Severe, freshman from Mays South. Lane 8, Hannah Sanchez, another freshman from Lenexa St. James Academy. Nice clean start there from all of our athletes. Again, you can see that underwater dolphin kick being utilized nicely over there in lane 6 by your freshman sophomore Sarah Schulte. Want to come off this wall, get your hands to the wall as quick as possible, and get your hips to the wall in order to push off. You want to squat through. Again, right here in the butterfly, we want these swimmers to have their arms out in front. We want to be about shoulder width apart. You do not want to come in front of your head or finish outside. Right there, we got a tight between lane 4, 5, and 6, finishing all right together. Looks like we're on the 3rd 25 here. Coming around nicely. You want to see those heads get back down. If you leave your head up as you're breathing too long, what's going to happen is your hips are going to sink, and we have that snowplow effect again. Lane 4, Megan Outerkirk, taking control of this heat right now. Finishing strong. She's going to try to see if we can put her head down. She's not going to breathe in those last 8 yards. That's what you'd like to see as a coach. 104.49 for the 9th place finish for your top seed in that heat. Megan Outerkirk, senior from Salina South. There she is, looking pretty proud of her accomplishment there. Taking off her cap, getting ready possibly. She might have to go warm down, get ready for another event. So we will do our award presentation for the 50-yard freestyle at this time. You can see these swimmers already ready for their championship final, though, of the 100 butterfly. They are ready to go, even though they know that we are going to award these awards. As a coach, I would make sure I would be back there, and I would like to have them step back and just relax a little bit. In your consolation finals of the 50-yard freestyle, in 16th place, Julia Hiltz, senior from Andover, 27.43. 15th was Aaron Rambo, freshman, Stillwell Blue Valley, 27.15. Reagan Hassert was 14, a freshman from Emporia, 27.12. Cassidy A. Glasner was 13th, 26.76. Kaylee Farmer was in 12th, 26.63. Katie Kirkpatrick was 26.48 at 11. Hannah Hildebrand was 10th, and Holly Hansen was 9th with 26.37. You can see your 8th place finisher right there, Lauren Turner, freshman from Winfield at 26.09. 7th place is going to be Virginia Bono, a junior from St. Thomas Aquinas. Laura Dyke Marcus, a freshman from Topeka West, at 25.62, was in 6th place. Fifth place, Elizabeth Paget, a sophomore from Lawrence Seabury Academy, 25.37. Big thumbs up to the crowd there from Elizabeth. Megan Becker was in 4th place, a junior from Blue Valley Southwest at 25.01. Big smile there. Chelsea Kilgore is going to be your 3rd place finisher, junior from Wichita Trinity Academy at 24.91. Christina Entz, a senior from Newton at 24.86 is your state runner-up. And Audra Hansen, a senior from Andover with a state champion 24.73. There she is. Big smile, holding up her medal, 2012 50 freestyle. Audra Hansen, state champion. She's also going to be your top seed here in just a moment in the 100-yard freestyle. So let's see how she comes back from that. That excitement of standing in front of 1,000 fans over there in the crowd and receiving that state championship medal from her coach. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Moving right along. 100-yard butterfly championship final. Lane 1, Mariah Rieger, senior, McPherson. Lane 2, Augusta Garys, freshman, St. James Academy. Lane 3, Madison Hutchinson, sophomore, Wichita Bishop Carroll. Lane 4, Phoebe Grable, sophomore, Lawrence Seabury Academy. Lane 5, Christina Entz, senior from Newton. Lane 6, Becca Bond, senior, Stillwell Blue Valley. Lane 7, Meg Plank, a freshman from Andover. And in lane 8, Maddie McCaffrey, a junior from Lawrence Seabury Academy. Come to this 100 fly here again. Start is going to be crucial. It's a sprint event, so we don't want to fall behind. Want to use these underwater kicks to 5th stroke. Look at lane 3 right there. Staying underwater a little bit longer than everybody else, using that hip propulsion to gain her speed in order to come out and be able to turn over at a high tempo. You have to be a strong swimmer there and use that breath control. Madison Hutchin here and Phoebe Grable battling out in 3 and 4 on the first 50. 28.11 and 28.43 and 27.71 for our first 350 splits there. Looks like we could have quite the race here. This third turn could be the tail of it. Who's going to get off this wall just a little bit quicker? Who's going to maybe explode hips? Look at that long underwater by lane 3, Aaron. Lane 3, Madison Hutchinson using that underwater to possibly propel her into a state championship. It's going to be a tight finish here. So they come down. It looks like lane 4 with a short finish at 59.15. Phoebe Grable from Lawrence Seabury Academy, the sophomore, taking the state championship right there, quite possibly on her last stroke. 59.34 is going to be your second place time. Madison Hutchinson, another sophomore from Wichita Bishop Carroll. See if those girls can't battle it out maybe the next 2 years when they're juniors and seniors as well. Great swims from all of our girls in that championship final. 100 freestyle is going to be next. See our consolation final behind the block, ready to go. This is that sprint event, 4 laps of the pool freestyle. Lane 1 is going to be Cassidy A. Glasner, senior from McPherson. Lane 2, Holly Hansen, freshman, St. Thomas Aquinas. Lane 3, Shannon Ernest, sophomore, Emporia. Lane 4, Bree Biddle, sophomore, St. Thomas Aquinas. Martina Sharps, junior, Salina South. Lane 6, Elizabeth Paget, Paget, sophomore, Lawrence Seabury Academy. Aaron Rambo is going to be in lane 7, a freshman from Stillwell, Blue Valley. And Kaylee Farmer is going to round out our field in lane 8, a junior from Paola. In order to make our final here, or in order to make our consolation, you had to be 59:42. So you had to break a minute in this event, which is a nice time. Good, clean start. I want to see these individuals popping up and getting on top of the water. Keep their head steady. Good, quick arms. Right here on the turn, see the waves hit that wall. You want to see them push off and not pop up too soon. Then they would hit those waves. And, of course, at that time, it would slow them down. Looks like lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6 are going to be together, closely followed by all the rest of the lanes. Separated by just a couple tenths of a second there on the flip turn. Going to be the third 25, might be the deciding factor of this race as well. See who can maybe not breathe as much on the way home. You want to keep that head steady, create the least amount of resistance as possible. Lane 6 might be popping into the picture here. Elizabeth Paget trying to come home strong. In lane 6, here comes lane 5. It looks like lane 6, 57:27. Elizabeth Paget moving up from quite a few spots in today's consolation final. Second place in that heat, 57.54. That's going to be your top seed, Bree Brittle. See him walking away there. 100-yard butterfly awards coming up next. 16th place was Hannah Sanchez, a freshman, St. James Academy, 108.45. Gabby Bibby, freshman from Wichita Bishop Carroll, 108.42 was 15th. 14th, Stephanie Severe, freshman, 107.26. Aaron Duncan was 13th, a senior from St. Paul, 106.79. Reagan Hastert, a freshman from Emporia, 106.78. 11th was Sarah Schulte, sophomore, Salina Central, 106.75. Hannah McDonald was 10th, 105.69. Megan Outerkirk, 104.49 was your 9th place finisher. We're going to have the top 8 coming over to the award stands next. Looks like we're waiting for the coach of Lawrence Seabury Academy to kind of come over there and get the medals in order to hand out. So in 8th place, Mariah Reiger, senior from McPherson, 105.04. 7th place, Maddie McCaffrey, junior from Lawrence Seabury Academy, 103.62. 6th place, Meg Plank, your freshman from Andover, 103.22 right there, receiving her award. Augusta Garys was in 5th place, a freshman from Lenexa St. James Academy, 102.02. Becca Bond is in 4th place, senior, Stillwell Blue Valley, 101.60. Christina Ince, 3rd place, senior from Newton, 1:00.11. State runner-up. See here she comes, Madison Hutchinson, sophomore from Wichita Bishop Carroll, 59.34. Here comes your state champion for 2012 in the 100-yard butterfly, Phoebe Grable, sophomore from Lawrence Seabury Academy, 59.15. Happy group of girls there on the award stand. Moving on to event 8 here in a moment. You can see that the consolation final is ready to go behind the block of the 500-yard freestyle. Meet record is 4:57.91, set in 2008. This is going to be our distance event here with 20 laps of the pool. Lane 1 is going to be Hannah Nay. I'm sorry, I moved ahead of myself. Championship final of the 100 free. Heat 2, championship final of the 100 free. Sarah Schmidt's going to be in lane 1, a senior from Newton. Lane 2 is going to be Brittany Stewart, Cherokee Southeast, she's a sophomore. Lane 3 is going to be Chelsea Kilgore, junior from Wichita Trinity Academy. Lane 4, Audra Hansen, senior from Andover. Helena Bertels is going to be in lane 5, senior Stillwell, Blue Valley. Lane 6, Megan Becker, junior, Overland Park, Blue Valley Southwest. Lane 7, Lauren Turner, freshman from Winfield. And in lane 8, Virginia Bono, junior from St. Thomas Aquinas. Again, looking for these athletes to be aggressive on their underwater kicking here to help pop them up. We call that a breakout as they exit off their turn and start swimming. What nice quick turnover. Look at those hands. Good turnover right there from lane 4. Coming off that wall. It's another event we want to see a little bit less breathing. Audra Hansen, your 50 freestyle state champion right here. Coming back in this 100 free. Not letting the excitement of that earlier win get to her. Kind of pulling away from the field here. Lane 6 moving up. Audra Hansen, 52.92 is your state champion. Followed by lane 6, Megan Becker, junior from Blue Valley Southwest. Rounding out your top 3. Oh, a tie for a second at 54-54 between Megan Becker and lane 3, Chelsea Kilgore. So we have a tie right there. Just how important those starts and turns are right there. Running over to give a big hug to her maybe family, friends, teammates right there, quite possibly. She looks like just like she did another job, another day at the pool. She's going to go warm down now. 500-yard freestyle event 8, 4:57.91 is our state record. Lane 1 is going to be Hannah Nay, St. Thomas Aquinas. Lane 2 is going to be Marissa Tomlins, junior, Salina South. Lane 3 is going to be Heather Gandy, freshman from Topeka Seaman. Lane 4 is going to be Stephanie Sladen, a freshman from Emporia. Lane 5 is going to be Ellen Selva, senior from Stillwell, Blue Valley. Lane 6, Allison Dom, junior from Great Bend. And in lane 7, Mackenzie Payne, a junior from Emporia. And Jennifer Kekis in lane 8, senior from Overland Park, Blue Valley Southwest. So again, this is going to be 20 laps of the pool. Notice we did have a clean start. The start may not be as important on this event as it is in some of the other events that are a little bit shorter. You can kind of make up that space, maybe lost on a slipped foot or as we get going here, we can see that the swimmers want to go out strong. But again, it is 20 laps. You can't sprint that first 50 or 100 yards and expect to have the strength to come back in the last half of the race. It's a nice out right there. Looks controlled by our swimmer in lane 4, Stephanie Sladen from Emporia. Just a freshman. Looks like she's handling that pressure of day 2 of the state meet very well here. Gives me a little bit of time to maybe talk about that. Day 2 of our state championship swimming was yesterday for the preliminaries. And what we have is the excitement of that day and, of course, the physical exertion of energy. But a lot of individuals understand just the mental exertion that takes place yesterday. It's just exhausting when these athletes walk out here because of all the emotion, all the screaming, all the yelling, all the cheering for their teammates, all the thinking about your races, all that mental ability it takes to come out here and have a great state championship. Now, every coach kind of has their own technique and how they're going to handle that and refill their swimmers' emotional tanks at night. You know, it kind of depends. Some might call a team meeting and just kind of talk about it a little bit, and others might go out to a nice restaurant and have dinner together, and some might call a team meeting right as they're leaving the building, and that's the last time you talk about swimming for that day. And it looks like the freshman here, Stephanie Slayton of Emporia, has handled that just perfectly, kind of getting out in front of this heat here at the 200 mark coming up here. And kudos to her and her coach for handling that and coming back here on day 2. And looks like she's trying to swim consistent or better. You know, as a high school coach myself, I like to make sure that we talk about being consistent or better on day 2. You have to swim fast on day 1 to get to day 2. Then you can be consistent or better to try to move up. 2:14.43 there at the 200. Nice, smooth swimming going on right here from our freshman, Stephanie Slayton. With lane 2 and 3 right there, Marissa Tomlins and Heather Gandy kind of a little bit maybe going to battle it out along with lane 1, Hannah May. Looks like that could become quite the race here, maybe for right now, kind of battling for second and third position here within this heat. Over in lane 5 and 7, Ellen and Mackenzie battling out maybe for that 4th and 5th position. This is that point in the race right here, about 250 yards in, 300 yards as they come back and finish this next 25, where you might see some swimmers getting a little bit tired, and they might get short is what we call it. So they get short and choppy, and it means they're not extending their arms all the way forward as they reach. They're not grabbing that water to drag themselves forward, and of course they're not finishing all the way down by their hips. Right here, lane 3, trying to move up just a little bit. Looks like lane 3's kick's just a little bit stronger than lane 4's right now. So Heather Gandy, freshman from Topeka Seaman, that is, coming up on this 350 yards, trying to make a move on Stephanie Slayton. As well as events where you'll see swimmers. We just had the 100 free, and we talked about how we did not want to see swimmers breathe as much. On this, you might see swimmers breathe every stroke, which isn't the end of everything there. That's okay. I mean, obviously, as a coach, we'd like to see them rotate their breathing as least amount as possible to create less resistance. But in a 500, we need to get an oxygen into our blood so we don't go into O2 debt. Here they come. Heather Gandy creeping up here at the 400 mark here as they come back for this turn. Don't count out Ellen Selva over there in lane 5. Looks like she's making a little bit of a move here. These girls are going to turn neck and neck here with 100 yards left to swim. See who's going to have the kick here, who's going to think about their stroke, because as you're processing through, you want to get all that thinking done before you swim, and then today you just want to go out there and race. So that's exactly what we're doing right here with these girls. Look at that again, turning 75 yards left. And like we said, lane 5, Ellen Selva trying to make her move on Stephanie Slayton and Helen Gandy over there in lanes 3 and 4. Those coaches over there on the side trying to get their swimmer going, giving the old universal leg sign, kick, waving their arms up and down and pointing at people. Like we said, lane 5, making a move, Ellen Selva, along with Heather Gandy making her move, trying to extend a little bit. See who saved it a little bit for this last 50 yards, last 25 yards now. This is when you start to hurt a little bit. Who's going to come home and bring it home? Sounds loud out there. I see a lot of kids jumping up and down on the side. Look at that, the last 5 yards not breathing. Looks like lane 5, 5:51.77. Ellen Selva, senior from Stillwell Blue Valley, about 10 yards behind at the 400-yard mark, making her move in the last 100. That must have been some strategy from the old coach there. Maybe they had that talk last night or this morning. That must have been their game plan all along. Great swims by all of our girls. Freshmen right there, Stephanie Slade and Heather Gandy as well, turning in some very impressive times at 5:52.02 for Ellen, and Stephanie going 5:55.04. Great swims by all of our ladies in the consolation finals of the 500 free. 100 freestyle awards. 16th place, Kaylee Farmer, junior from Paola, 1:00.27. 15th, Aaron Rambo, freshman, Stillwell, Blue Valley, 59:10. 14th, Holly Hansen, St. Thomas Aquinas, 58:68. 13th, Shannon Ernest, sophomore from Emporia, 58:30. Cassidy Glasner was 12th, senior from McPherson, 58:04. Martina Schartz, junior from Salina South, 57:56. Bree Biddle, St. Thomas Aquinas was 10th, 57:54. Elizabeth Paget was 9th, sophomore from Lawrence Seabury Academy at 57:27. In 8th place, you're going to see a junior from St. Thomas Aquinas, Virginia Bono, 56:93. 7th place, Lauren Turner, freshman from Winfield, 56:66. 6th place, Sarah Schmidt, senior from Newton, 56:48. Brittany Stewart's going to be in 5th place, sophomore from Cherokee Southeast at 55:79. Helena Bertles was 4th place, senior from Stillwell Blue Valley at 55:41. We did have a tie for 2nd place. Megan Becker, a junior from Blue Valley Southwest, 54:54. And Chelsea Kilgore, a junior from Wichita Trinity Academy, 54:54 as well. Your 2012 state champion in the 100-yard freestyle, a double state champion today from Andover, Audra Hansen with a time of 52:92. She's been up on the award stand twice here within the last 10 minutes probably, collecting some gold for her collection at home. Look at those smiles. They are happy individuals down there, claiming their awards. My bet is that they're not done. So in the 100 freestyle, we do have 2 relays left in this competition, the 200 freestyle relay and the 400 freestyle relay. And as being sprinters, my guess is these ladies might be involved in both of those relays, so maybe we'll see them a little bit later as well. Championship of the 500-yard freestyle here. Again, state record, 4:57.91. Jacqueline Leonard's going to be in lane 1, a freshman from Blue Valley Southwest. Sarah Sliffler, a senior from Newton, is going to be in lane 2. Kate Wickham, lane 3, junior from Wichita, the Independent School. Lane 4 is going to be Phoebe Grable, sophomore from Lawrence Seabury Academy. Lane 5, Kayla Robeson, senior, St. Thomas Aquinas. We have Beth Hobson in lane 6, senior from Stillwell Blue Valley. And in lane 7, Anna Rassett, a junior also from Stillwell Blue Valley. And rounding out the field in the lane 8, Sammy McCormick, a sophomore from Stillwell Blue Valley. So again, here's the 500-yard freestyle. We'll see what some of these strategies may have been overnight. In lane 4, you have Phoebe Grable, sophomore out of Lawrence Seabury Academy at 5:12.82. See, just a little bit, about 5-6 seconds ahead of the field here. She kind of controlled the preliminary swim yesterday. So we'll see if she's going to go out and control it again. And maybe we'll see see some of the strategy from our lane 3 swimmer, Kate Wickham, or lane 5 swimmer, Kayla Robeson. See if they might try to go over towards that lane line and maybe draft a little bit off of your leader or top seed in this event. Sometimes you can kind of try to go over there and hang on to those feet. That might be a little extra motivation for you. And then at the end, try to pull up a little bit neck and neck rather than being even with that swimmer for the first 100 or 200 yards. Although it looks like Phoebe Grable here is going to control this heat from the start, going 57.66 in the 100-yard freestyle going out. That would have placed her about 5th place in the individual event today. So she's only going out here in her 500. So that is a solid swim to start a 20-length event. At the 150, 129, that's a great 150 out. Like to see lane 5 over there, Kayla Robeson. She's trying to hang on to those feet. That's a great strategy by her. She stays there, kind of gets in the mind of that top seed. You never know, maybe she can bring herself up neck and neck and race those last 20, 30 yards, and you never know what can happen. All the swimmers look real good right now. They're in our camera view between 3, 4, 5, and 6. Nice and long. There's lane 2, lane 7, looking long. No one's real choppy. Finishing strong with their strokes. Also want to see those legs continue to move. Gets a little bit hard to just pull yourself through with your upper body. Your muscles get real sore and real tight right here. Here we are at the 250, and sure enough, Kayla Robeson looks like she's trying to move up just a little bit on our top seed, Phoebe Grable. So let's see if we have a little bit of strategy in here on this race. There's lane 3, junior Kate Wickham from the independent school in Wichita, having a great swim. Still have lanes 4 and 5 leading the way of this heat, starting to run away with it. See these turns right here on the 300, 305, 58, and 306, 61. So just about a second separating our top seed from our second seed in today's race, and that's a great out. You're talking about maybe an average in the first 300 yards of just right around 101, 102. So that's a great average that they seem to be holding right now within the first 300 yards. This is that place right here, 350. Now we'll see what happens as Kayla Robeson trying to reel in Phoebe Grable of Lawrence Seabury Academy. Great swims going on here. Let's see how they come off these walls and the turns. You can see that counter for lane 5, really shaking it hard, trying to motivate her swimmer, trying to say, hey, you're down to about 125 yards or so. Just trying to get the little extra excitement in there. Here we come at the 400. Going to have a split of 4:09.71. So again, looking at about 102 or so, roughly on the average per 100 so far. It's a real nice swim taking place here out of lane 4 and lane 5. Definitely nothing to be disappointed about from these girls. Phoebe Grable and Kayla Robeson dominating this heat. Over there in lane 3, we do have Kate Wickham, though, having a great swim as well. Bell lap means 50 yards to go. You can see that Phoebe Grable really put it on there at that 450. Starting to pull away. Trying, she's finding this energy. Continuing to stay long. Look at that leg kick. She is breathing every stroke. Every other, she goes to the rotation on the breathing. That's okay. Look at that amazing kick coming home. Look at that last 25 split. Must have been crazy. 5:10.95. Dropping 2 seconds from yesterday with Phoebe Grable, your state champion in the 500-yard freestyle from Lawrence Seabury Academy. followed by Kayla Robeson, senior from St. Thomas Aquinas, going 5:14, dropping 3 seconds from yesterday's swim. Those are tremendous swims right there, dropping 2 and 3 seconds on day 2. That's what you like to see as a coach. Third place over there, Kate Wickham at 5:20. Fourth place in lane 6, 5:30 from Beth Houghton from Stillwell, Blue Valley. So she dropped about 7 seconds from yesterday to today. What an exciting heat that was. A lot of energy there in that 500. Great race from our ladies. All right, from one of the longer events to definitely one of our shorter events, we're going to have our relay now. 200-yard freestyle relay, event 9. So 4 ladies will be going 50 yards each from the starting end of the pool. 1:39.45 is our state record. In lane 1, you're going to have Salina Central. In lane 2, Wichita, Kapan, Mount Carmel. Lane 3, Andover Central. Lane 4, Parsons. Lane 5, Wingfield. Lane 6, Wichita Trinity Academy. Lane 7, Topeka Hayden. Lane 8, Independence. You can see our field here is seated anywhere between 150 is our top seed and 153 being our 16th seed in this heat. See the ladies out here getting ready. You can see them kind of waving their arms. You see some of those swimmers jumping around. Remember, this is an adrenaline race going down and back 50 yards. You want to be as quick as you possibly can for your team to have the best chance to go out and win this event in this heat right here, the consolation final. The other part we want to make sure we understand about this is realizing just how important those relay starts are. You want to make sure you have a safe relay start, but you're as fast as possible, because this race could be decided by hundredths of a second or tenths of a second as it comes down to it. Again, maybe just a little bit of a break here. Some of those swimmers coming out of the 500 may be entered in a 200 free relay. So every once in a while, what they will do is they will allow a 2 or 3 minute break for those swimmers to rest up and be able to catch their breath coming out of that distance event in order to sprint and have a fair shot at swimming to the best of their ability. Coaches will always ask for that in a coaches meeting. You can see some of the swimmers out there huddling up, kind of like a basketball team might do, kind of maybe their last little thoughts about what they are going to do and what their plan is and what their attack is, and just maybe trying to pump each other up just a little bit. As this is a short race, you want to have that adrenaline up. Of course, not too much adrenaline, because then you might get short and choppy. And, of course, the quicker we swim, or the quicker we swing our arms and hands, does not necessarily mean the faster that we will go in the water. You got to make sure to get your hands out front and catch that water and drag yourself forward. So just a little bit of a delay here. Looks like the officials are kind of talking it over just a little bit, and probably get started here momentarily. The officials are not being released from the deck, so that lets me know that it is going to be just a minute or two break for these ladies. Definitely had someone coming out of the 500 free would be my thought. Don't have those relays names in front of me at this point in time, but definitely would be someone that swam either in the consolation heat or the finals. Give them just a little bit of a break. Kind of lets us catch up a little bit in some of the things we were talking about. You know, this is that culmination of a long year. These swimmers have been thinking about this quite possibly for the last 364 days. All right, looks like we are ready to get started. There's that whistle from the announcer, from the referee. Look at those girls jumping up and down behind the block. Like we said, adrenaline, getting fired up. I've known college swimmers to drink some coffee within a certain time before their event when they were a 50 freestyler. Get that caffeine in their blood. Another way to get that adrenaline up is just to jump up and down. You see them shaking out their arms. So I'll go over the lane assignments one more time as we did that a little bit ago. Lane 1, Salina Central. Lane 2, Wichita, Calpine Mount Carmel. Lane 3, Andover Central. Lane 4, Parsons. Lane 5 is Winfield. Lane 6, Wichita Trinity Academy. Lane 7, Topeka Hayden. And Lane 8, Independence.
That's the only problem we can't hear.
They're getting quiet out there for the start. Want to make sure it's a fair start for the entire field. Watch these ladies react off this block. You'll see some very quick motions with their hands being thrown forward, head coming up, and of course pounding through with those legs straight into their dolphin kick or freestyle kick. A huge dive there by lane 6, Topeka on Wichita Trinity Academy, taking the lead from the start. A very powerful 50 here. The rest of the field kind of bunched up. Here we come into our nice, clean relay start. I like to see these girls get out towards those flags. We don't want to see anybody dive down. The deeper you go, a little bit more difficult it's going to be for you to exit the water and break out into your swimming. We still have lane 6 by the looks of it, Wichita Trinity Academy turning first there at the 75 mark. But we quickly have lanes 1, 2, and 3 catching up, and 4 right there. Great relay starts coming through right there again. You want to see those quick starts. The thought process there is to throw your body forward, have that momentum, have that speed in your underwater. And Parsons kind of caught up here on 2 and kind of throwing out the dominator here on lane 3 or in the third leg, really taking control. We'll see what happens there on that relay start. That's going to be a great relay start from lane 4. I don't have the best vantage point, but we'll see if the judges thought that or if they thought it might have been a little bit early. Coming home here, Parsons dominated the heat. Look at that race though in 5 and 6. Right there, Parsons winning the heat. Lane 5 and 6. 6 was Wichita Trinity Academy taking second in that heat. And third place would have been lane 5, Winfield. Those girls are very excited. We'll have to wait and see if there's an inquiry in that heat, as I saw some officials meeting to discuss their assignments and their lane assignments on the starts. Each official is assigned a couple of lanes, and then they have a dual confirmation on a start. What they do is they write it down on a little slip of paper. That way they don't confirm first, so someone can't say, oh, yeah, I thought this lane fall started, and the next person says, yes, they did, and then they go back and forth and decide. So it's kind of a ballot, but it looks like I don't have any confirmation of anything at this point. We'll keep you posted. I do have some results for the 500 freestyle coming my way here. I have results coming for the 500 free here momentarily. They're printing them off for me as we speak. And then we'll announce those for you. And we'll get the team scores over. They just handed me some team scores as well. I'll get you updated on those. Perfect. Here they are. In 16th place, we had Jennifer Gekas from Blue Valley Southwest. Allison Dom was in 15th from Great Bend. Hannah Nay was 14th 14th for St. Thomas Aquinas. Marissa Tomlins, a junior from Salina South, was 13th. Mackenzie Payne was 12th from Emporia. Stephanie Slayton was 11th from Emporia. Heather Gandy was 10th from Topeka Seaman. And Ellen Selva was 9th from Stillwell Blue Valley. Your 8th place finisher, Sammy McCormick, sophomore from Stillwell Blue Valley, 5:54.66. Anna Rassett was 7th, Stillwell Blue Valley, 5:49.48. Sarah Sliffler was 6th, senior from Newton at 5:40.43. Jacqueline Leonard, a freshman, was 5:44.45. She was 5th. Beth Hupton, a senior from Stillwell Blue Valley, was 5:30.27. Kate Wickham, junior from Wichita Independent School, is 3rd. And your state champion, Phoebe Graybill, a sophomore from Lawrence Seabury Academy, 5:10.95. And to get you updated right here, I did just get confirmation that there was an early takeoff in the last heat of the 200-yard freestyle. Parsons, the top seed in that heat, has unfortunately been DQ'd. You do not like to see that happen to any of the athletes at the state championships, but get an early takeoff from Parsons. They're going to be DQ'd in the last heat. And we're going to move on to our championship final here. Championship final, the 200-yard freestyle relay. Lane 1 is going to be Lenexa St. James Academy. Lane 2, Stillwell Blue Valley. Lane 3, St. Thomas Aquinas. Lane 4 is Newton, your top seed. Lane 5 is Andover. Lane 6, Emporia. Lane 7, Blue Valley Southwest. And Lane 8, McPherson. Here's your championship final of the 200-yard freestyle. Again, state record 1:39.45, set back in 2004. Again, we're looking for these girls to get out quick here. These first legs, you want to get your team out in front. Out in front. Great start here. Quiet start, nice and quiet. See someone leaning forward again, someone leaning backwards, try to pull up momentum right there in lane 4. Fantastic start from Newton, using that underwater dolphin and popping up in that clean water out front in order to be as smooth as possible. Look at those arms swinging around. She is trying to get her team the lead right now, and she has done that job. So with these relay starts, looks like we had some clean exchanges there. Again, that's what you like to see. We don't like to see anybody false start at a state championship meet. Looking for that turnover, looking for these legs out the wall. Looks like lane 3 right there. St. Thomas Aquinas trying to challenge here on the second swimmer. Newton starting to pull away a little bit here towards the last 10 yards. Nice good bunch over here. 5, 6, and 7 between Andover, Emporia, and Blue Valley Southwest. Looks like we got a race coming up here in their third 50. Once again, Newton and St. Thomas Aquinas going at it here. St. Thomas Aquinas in lane 3 trying to catch up to Newton. See what we have here. Here's our last swimmer. Clean exchanges. Good relay starts right there from these girls. This is all about, right now, getting from one end to the other end of the pool as fast as you can go. Sometimes coaches may not look at that form, especially out of lane 4, and say, wow, we just won a state championship. Sure enough, lane 4 pulling away here. Newton, 1:41.76. 2 seconds quicker than yesterday. Lane 3, St. Thomas Aquinas finishing at 1:44.09. Lane 5, 1:45. That's Andover right there, finishing that punch off of 5, 6, and 7 that were all kind of grouped together. Next event is the 100-yard backstroke. Let's go over these lane assignments real quick, and I'll try to get the team scores out to you. Lane 1 is going to be Sarah Schulte from Salina Central. Lane 2, Bree Biddle, sophomore, St. Thomas Aquinas. Lane 3, Katie Jo Kirk, sophomore from Paola. Lane 4, Jenny Kongs, senior, St. Thomas Aquinas. Hannah Hildebrand's in lane 5, sophomore from Great Bend. In lane 6, Katie Kirkpatrick, a junior from Blue Valley Southwest. Lane 7, Sydney Sibenauer, freshman from Stillwell, Blue Valley. And another freshman in lane 8, Stephanie Severe from May South. Trying to get you updated. We'll try to give you the top 10 scores right here. We have Wichita Trinity Academy in 10th, 46.5 points. 9th, Wichita, the independent school, with 70. 8th, Lenexa St. James Academy, 72. Emporia's in 7th with 87. We have a tie for 5th, 104. That's Andover and St. Thomas Aquinas. We have 4th place, Blue Valley Southwest, 106.5 points. Lawrence Seabury Academy is in 3rd with 136. Newton is in 2nd with 147. And in 1st place, after event 8, Stillwell Blue Valley with 197 points. It's after event 8, which would be our 500-yard freestyle. So right before that 200-yard freestyle, that's what our points are through. Looks like you want to see those dolphin kicks underwater. Again, you can see just how important underwater kicking is to our swimmers at this competition this weekend. It's the 5th stroke, a lot of coaches will refer to it as. Nice steady head tier. You want to see hips up. You want to see rotation from the hips and the arms. You don't want to swim flat on the backstroke. You actually want to rotate kind of side to side a little bit. Let that water slide down your front and your back in order to create less resistance. As they go into the turn here, let's see if we can rotate and see. Notice that they get one freestyle pull with that arm. It must be one continuous motion, and we want to see the legs really pop and explode to provide them with that speed into the wall. We don't want to slow down. Speed into the wall equals speed out of the wall. Here we come, right into our consolation final right there. Lane 4, Jenny Kongs, that senior from OP, St. Thomas Aquinas, taking that heat in the consolation final. Lane 5 was 2nd with 103.82. Hannah Hildebrand, sophomore from Great Bend. And rounding out the top 3 was lane 6, 104.17. Katie Kirkpatrick, a junior from Blue Valley Southwest. Great swim from our consolation final in the 100-yard backstroke. Big smile right there from your 9th place finisher, Jenny Kong, shaking the hand of a teammate. Very excited. Girls, 200-yard freestyle relay results. Did have an EQ in that consolation finals on 15th place. Topeka Hayden, 154.38. Salina Central is 14th at 153.45. Independence, 13th, 152.50. Andover Central was 12th, 152.46. Wichita, Capon, Mount Carmel, 152.10 was 11th. Winfield was 10th at 151.18. And Wichita Trinity Academy won that heat. 9th place, 150.33. Your top 8, McPherson, 148.60 is going to be in 8th place. 7th is going to be Lenexa St. James Academy, 148.40. 6th place is going to be Stillwell Blue Valley, 148.22. 5th place is Emporia, 148.03. They come to get their award. 4th place is going to be Overland Park Blue Valley, Southwest with a time of 1:47:55. Comes Andover for your third place finisher, 1:45:39. Really made up with two freshmen and two seniors there. Second place, Overland Park St. Thomas Aquinas, 1:44:09. 2012 state champion 200-yard freestyle relay for 2012. Newton with a time of 1:41:76. That's Entz, Sliffler, Schmidt, and Fear. Bringing home the gold for that 200-yard freestyle relay of Newton. Very exciting race, that 200-yard freestyle. We're going to be getting ready for our championship heat of the 100-yard backstroke. These ladies are finishing up on the award stands, getting all those pictures from their parents. You can see the flashes, putting all the cameras there, and all the phones and videos. Looks like a couple swimmers are taking off to run over this way. Maybe they're in the backstroke or the breaststroke, which is coming up next. In our championship final, Katrina Goodman from Newton Juniors in lane 1. Reese Edwards is in lane 2, senior from Lawrence Senior Academy. Lane 3 is Brooke Britton, a senior from Wichita, the independent school. Lane 4, Anna Rasmussen, junior from OP Blue Valley Southwest. Lane 5, Madison Hutchinson, sophomore from Wichita Bishop Carroll. And Becca Bonds in lane 6, a senior of the Stillwell Blue Valley. Laura Dickus is a freshman from Topeka West. She'll be in lane 7. And Katya Vachkin is a sophomore out of Stillwell Blue Valley, rounding out the field in lane 8. So again, we'll see how they pull themselves up here. They're going to want to explode. Head back in lane 3, already back position. That's a way that some coaches would like to teach their back to start. Will start their head forward and throw it back. The point is to try to explode off that wall and let our back arch into the water with our hands entering first. Then we kick the legs up in order to get in that streamlined position. You can see right here that Anna Rasmussen, a junior from Blue Valley Southwest, kind of taking control here at the 50. Nice solid turn coming off that wall, not sitting on it. 27.56 is the first 50 split. Again, this is 100, so it's a short race. We want to see some good tempo here on our athletes and some legs helping them out. We don't want to see them spin their arms on backstroke either. Good steady head placement, not rotating the head side to side, but letting the shoulders and the hips rotate and do all the work. Here she comes into the finish, 56.95. 56.95, Anna Rasmussen. It's a great swim, dropping about a second from her time yesterday in today's championship final. That's a fantastic swim. Lane 5 was your second place finisher at 58.42, Madison Hutchinson. And your third place finisher would have been lane 3 over there, Brooke Britton, senior from Wichita, the independent school. Great swim, smaller backstroke. See how happy she is right there, giving a big old hug to a teammate or a friend from another team. Just thrilled. There's her coach coming over, giving her a big old hug. Junior right there. Anna Rasmussen going 56.9. Maybe she'll come back next year and get that state record run within that event. 100 breaststroke consolation finals. 100 breaststroke. Lane 1, Quinn Osborne, freshman from Wichita on Mount Carmel. Lane 2, Cassidy Cox, a sophomore from Independence. Lane 3, Emily Knock, junior from Wichita Trinity Academy. Lane 4, Lauren Armeen, freshman from the Mexico St. James Academy. Abby Herkelman is going to be in lane 5, a junior from Coffeyville, Field Kinley. Lane 6, Clara Seward, senior, Wichita Bishop Carroll. Brooke Bibby's going to be in lane 7, a junior from Wichita Bishop Carroll. And rounding out your field is a sophomore from Kansas City Turner, Hannah Youth. They're going to get they're going to calm back down and relax a little bit. Looks like some officials are discussing an item right here. Not quite sure what they might be discussing at the start of a race like that. Looks like they're going to clear it up though, and we'll get started just in a moment. This will be alright. These girls will be maybe just a little bit of delay. Shouldn't affect them too much. Looks like they're stepping down. We'll find out what the issue is here in just 1 second. Looks like they're going to reread the list. Looks like some names were maybe misprinted on the announcer sheet and they were read incorrectly. So the pool announcer, meet announcer, is going to reread those names. I'll reread them again as well. Lane 1 is Quinn Osborne. Lane 2, Cassidy Cox. Oh, under rest, yeah. Emily Knock, lane 3. Lauren Arming, lane 4. Abby Herkelman's going to be in lane 5. Claire Seaworth in lane 6. Brooke Bibby's in lane 7. And Hannah Youth in lane 8 again. Constellation 100 breaststroke is what we're going to run here. Constellation 100 breaststroke. Looks like they're reading event 10. We're on event 11. So we have the right with Blue Valley Southwest and Stillwell Blue Valley. Looks like they're going to come home. Looks like we're going to have a race. As the last individual, this is where you want to be. This is kind of like that baseball terminology. Bottom of the ninth, full count, right? 2 outs. You hit the home run to win for the team. This is that spot right here in swimming. Going into that last leg. Tied, neck and neck, maybe coming from behind. Oh, great out there by our Blue Valley Southwest swimmer. Making sure to take control from the start. Stillwell right there, though, hanging on. See how this turn kind of turns out. Nice wall right there. Excellent wall with a solid swimming stroke right now at this point. Nice long arms, solid kick. Great turn coming home. Look at those legs. Look at those girls jumping up and down on the side. They are excited for their teammates. What a race here. It looks like Stillwell trying to make a final surge. Just a little bit off right there. What a great race. Blue Valley Southwest winning in 3:43.89, followed by Stillwell at 3:44.39. And then in third place, lane 2, Newton, 3:55.90 over there with Newton. Great swim right there. What a way to finish off your season in the relay events, and as a team, taking a first place or maybe finishing even within this top 8 right here. As now that season has come to an end, they'll start thinking about next year. Looks like we'll have some results here for you. Looks like we're still going to be waiting right now for some final of the results. We'll have results for this championship. You can see some of those girls right there high-fiving their coach. They are excited. They are ready. That's Stillwell right there. They know that not only did they just have that's Blue Valley Southwest. They know that they just had a great swim to win that 400 freestyle relay and finish off their year in excellent fashion. Lots of hugs. You see Stillwell over here in lane 5. They're hugging. They know that they're going to be state champions. They know that they're taking home a trophy right now as the state champions in the 2012 team points, as they did not disqualify. So they'll be a repeat champion from a year ago, which will be pretty exciting for them to repeat as state champions. Looks like they're going on through, and we'll get the team scores out to you as soon as we possibly can. As soon as they're handed over to us, we will make sure we get those out, and we'll go through and we will see what a great day of competition that was for all these athletes. Tremendous swims today. How excited they must be to finish their year in this fashion, being in the championship finals of the top 16 of the state of Kansas, and in top 16 in the state of Kansas in some individual events, and of course within their relay events as well. Great effort. We want to wish congratulations to every athlete that participated this weekend, whether it was diving or swimming in the preliminaries or the finals. We'll have some other announcements here for you momentarily here as we get going on, as they hand us some things. Big crowd right there hanging around the blocks. Looks like some excited folks. They're kind of talking about maybe their day, maybe their performance. When you look through the day, we talked about how some of these kids used a lot of their emotional energy yesterday. Looks like Blue Valley Stillwell handled that perfectly, coming out today, swimming strong, and taking another state title home with them to Overland Park, to Blue Valley Stillwell Blue Valley, I should say. See if we can't get a list of the all-state individuals here. Looks like I have the second team All-State swimmers right here in front of me. Second team All-State is going to be Emily Knock, a junior from Wichita Trinity Academy. Jacqueline Leonard, a freshman from Blue Valley Southwest. Lauren Turner, a freshman from Winfield. Elizabeth Paget from Lawrence Seabury Academy. Virginia Bono, St. Thomas Aquinas. Sarah Sliffler, senior from Newton. Laura Dickus, freshman from Topeka West. Katya Vatchian, sophomore from Stillwell Blue Valley. Sarah Schmidt, senior from Newton. Hannah McGowan, a freshman from Techsmith Shawnee Heights. Augustus Garys, a freshman from Lenexa St. James Academy. Brittany Stewart, sophomore from Cherokee Southeast. Reese Edwards, senior from Lawrence Seabury Academy. Meg Plank, freshman from Andover. Becca Bond, Stillwell Blue Valley. And, of course, Beth Houghton, a senior from Stillwell Blue Valley. Peyton Meyer, a diver from Blue Valley as well. And your first team for the state of Kansas, Courtney Gamble, a diver. Helena Bertles, senior from Stillwell Blue Valley. Megan Becker, junior from Blue Valley Southwest. Brooke Britton, senior from the Independent School in Wichita. Chelsea Kilgore, Wichita Trinity Academy. Christina Entz, senior from Newton. Madison Hutchins, sophomore from Wichita Bishop Carroll. Kayla Robeson, senior from St. Thomas Aquinas. Kate Wickham, Wichita, the Independent School. Anna Rasmussen, Blue Valley Southwest. Betty Feard, senior from Newton. Phoebe Grable, Lawrence Seabury Academy. And Audrey Hansen from Andover. 400 freestyle relay. Right now we got the top 8 going for you. 8th place was Emporia. 7th place was Wichita Bishop Carroll. 6th place is going to be Salina South. Sometimes you kind of have to regroup everybody here to make sure they get down here. 5th place is going to be Lawrence Seabury Academy. Fourth place, Overland Park St. Thomas Aquinas. Third place is Newton, time of 3:48.51. Second place, Stillwell Blue Valley, 3:44.39. Your state champions in the 400-yard freestyle relay in 2012, 3:43.89, Blue Valley Southwest, Becker, Leonard, Kirkpatrick, and Rasmussen. Once again, some great swims here throughout this day. You can see those girls, they're up there on the blocks, so we're getting a lot of smiles. See those tech racing suits. You kind of resist the water, don't hold the water as much. A little bit lighter material. Slide through it, creates less resistance. Not quite like the tech racing suits of a few years ago in the Beijing Olympics, but National High School Federation's made some new rules. Notice that they are above the knee and can't cover the shoulders. We'll be getting to the team scores here in one moment. They've asked me not to announce them until they've been announced in the pool by the pool meet announcer. So we'll be getting to that as soon as they begin that. This year's Coach of the Year is going to be Vicki Scher from Newton. Congratulations, Vicki, on your Coach of the Year award. And this year's Athlete of the Meet is Audrey Hansen from Andover. Congratulations to those two individuals on their great accomplishments this weekend at the state championships. Again, we'll be waiting on the team scores here for just one moment. You can see just what a beautiful facility this is. 8-lane, 25-yard pool is the course that's set up right now, but this is an 8-lane, 50-meter indoor pool. So we have the section right here for racing. Nice deep water. Don't have those waves bouncing back up to make the water choppy. So a lot of lanes to swim in. At the other end, there's 24 lanes total set up between the competition end and the opposite end of the pool for warm up and warm down. Ample space for all these athletes this weekend. Just love to have a pool like this. Plenty of space for everyone. All right, looks like we're going to get to the team scores. Thirtieth place, Kansas City Turner, 2 points. 29th, Mays South, 6 points. 28, Coffeyville Field Kinley, 7 points. 27, St. Paul, 8 points. 26, Parsons, 12 points. 25th, Independence, 17 points. 21st, there's going to be a tie for 21st place, 4 people. Salina Central, Paola, Topeka Seaman, Topeka West all have 25 points. Tie for 18th place between 3 teams. Texmish Shawnee Heights, Andover Central, Great Bend all have 26 points. 17th, Topeka Hayden, 27 points. 16th, Cherokee Southeast, 28. Wichita Copan Mount Carmel takes 15th with 36. McPherson, 56 points, is 14th. Winfield, 13th with 60 points. Salina South has 63 points, 12th place. 11th, Wichita Trinity Academy, 73.5 points. 10th, Wichita Bishop Carroll, 92 points. 9th is Lenexa St. James Academy with 102. Wichita, the independent school, is 104. They're 8th place. 7th is Emporia, 137. Andover is 6, 149. Lawrence Seabury Academy, 178 is 5th. 4th place, 181 points goes to St. Thomas Aquinas. Blue Valley Southwest was in 3rd place with 202.5 points. Newton was your state runner-up this year as a team with 262 points. And Stillwell Blue Valley, 303 points, runs away with another state championship. They were your defending team from last year as well in this Class 1A, 5A girls swimming and diving state championships. What a great day it was for our athletes here in this morning session. Just a reminder that this afternoon at 3 p.m. we will have the 6A swimming finals right here on the Kansas High School Athletic Association website network. So be sure to tune in for that. We're going to see some more great swimming from some girls that have been training hard this year. There you go. There's a picture of our state champions getting on top of those blocks, ready to celebrate a little bit. They're just kind of getting up there and going to hold their trophy up and enjoying it. And then we have some other girls getting up there maybe to get some pictures from their family. Oh, there's a nice big trophy. Excellent. Congratulations to all of our athletes and our top 3 teams as well, taking home the hardware here from the Hummer Sports Complex, Capital Federal Natatorium in Topeka, Kansas. Once again, before I leave you today, 3 p.m., the 6A swimming finals will begin. Be sure to tune back in at that time. Thank you. Have a great day.